There are over 8,000 sports that exist in the world today. Can you believe that? 8,000. So I'd like to ask, who here in the room has either played one or more of those sports? Okay, we've all been athletes in our lives. So my variable looks at how you and other athletes' identities are heavily influenced by gender, age, ethnicity, level of ability, and the team that you exist on, which leads to a chosen persona by fans and other influencers. First, I look at age, or more precisely, retirement. I'd like to look at a prime example of professional football and the quarterback of the LA Chargers, Nick Hardwick. He retired, and he said that the day he woke up after retirement, he said, "Who am I? And what am I going to do now?" Because the only identity he knew was when he put on the jersey and he became the quarterback. This is like a prime example of how the sports affect an athlete's identity because they lose the sense of structure that the game has given to them. He also stated that his fans were blowing up his phone, as well as the media saying, "What are you going to do now? And what is the team also going to do?" That kept going on, and then he also said after that week was over, his phone had gone silent. Everybody had already forgotten who he was because he was not Nick Hardwick, he was just a quarterback of the LA Chargers. Gender. Gender has been stereotypical that men are the only ones who like to watch sports, and women are the ones who cook their food while they enjoy their favorite teams. It is also said that men are good at everything, and especially at sports. Of course, this would affect women and transgenders as well. They say, well, since I'm a female or I'm not a male, I'm not good at this sports because that's what the stereotype is in the world. So that leads to them thinking, I'm not good at this sport because of that, and I'm not going to be seen as anything else. Ethnicity. The Olympic Games does a good job of creating a world where all cultures come together and show all their abilities. Some may say that only African Americans are good at track and field, and everything else, like the NFL, because of the color of their skin. Same goes for Japanese and Chinese people who go in the Olympic Games because they've said they're good at everything just because of the color of their skin. This should not be the fact of how people look at themselves. They should not wake up and say, I'm only good at this sport because of my skin color and where I come from. Teams. Coaches are a big factor in how athletes look at themselves. Some coaches can say, I think you really suck at this, so I'm not going to put you in games. And studies show, multi-country studies show that the sense of esteem and sense of self is lost because of this, because the coaches have told them all their lives, starting as a kid, all the way throughout their age, that they are not going to be good because the coaches said, you're not a good athlete, and that's why you'll never be in games. The same could go if you're good at sports. The coach can say, I see you for your level of ability, not as a human being, so I'm going to push you to your limits. And that's how the person will look at themselves. They'll say, wow, because I'm a good athlete, that's how I'm going to see me. And especially fans, which looks at teams. Fans can look at you and say, oh, I only think of you as a person that's on that really good team, or the really bad team, and I'll look at yourself as an individual and things that you have to offer. So, what affects an athlete's identity again? Identity is influenced by gender, age, ethnicity, level of ability, and the team that you're on. This should not be the case. The story that you tell about yourself in sports should be the blood and sweat that runs through your blood and muscles. That is who you should be. Not an athlete because you're really good or an athlete because you really suck. It should be the story that you tell growing as an age and as you grow up. And this is what I like to tell to you. So when you join a sports team or when you look at another athlete, don't say, wow, they're really good because of the color of their skin, their level of ability. You should look at themselves, wow, they're that person because of the story they've created by the sweat and blood.